Good evening, I'm Samriddhi Casey and these are the headlines of the hour. Two-thirds majority government faces hurdles in passing ordinances due to lack of support from the party's ruling party leaders threaten of using alternatives if needed. Kathmandu falls in the list among most polluted cities of the world. Locals experience eye problems, respiratory issues due to degrading air quality. Zelensky says he does not see a ready U.S. plan for ending Ukraine war. Russian drones damages Chernobyl nuclear plant's shelter. And Nepali youth team aims to defeat the Chinese youth team for the second consecutive year in the friendly match. Tournament offers an opportunity to advance to the national team. Welcome back. Government is facing a crisis over a recent ordinance lacking a majority in the National Assembly despite its strength in the House of Representatives. With ruling parties withdrawing support, it is exploring threats, intimidation or passing a law through an ordinance to enable party division.
After Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal withdrew its support for the government has started facing hardships in passing an ordinance from the National Assembly. The decision by Loktantrik Samajwadi Party, LSP, a government ally, to oppose the land ordinance has further pressured the government. LSP, dissatisfied with the ruling parties, reiterated that staying with government is pointless if the same state of ordinance persists.
बारम्बार अध्यादेशहरू ल्याएर फेरि सत्ता गठबन्धनमै छौं, हामीसँग सल्लाह गरिएको छैन, हैन, यथास्थितिमा यो बढाइनु हुँदैन भन्ने हाम्रो चाहिँ एकदमै स्पष्ट धारणा छ र यथास्थितिमा बढाउने प्रयास यदि भयो भने त एउटा नैतिक संकट हामीसँग पनि छ। जुन विषय हामीले औन्नै गर्दैनौं भने त्यो सरकारमा रहिरहनु पर्ने औचित्य त फेरि समाप्त हुन्छ।
Chair Mahanta Thakur has publicly stated that ministers from his party may have to resign from the government. JSP Nepal, after conducting a study, has decided not to support the ordinance. As the situation unfolds, CPN, UML and Nepali Congress are seeking support from the main opposition, including the Maoist Centre and Unified Socialists, but to no avail. UML insists the ordinance will pass, criticizing LSP Nepal for opposing it while being part of the ruling coalition.
आजसम्मको जे परिस्थिति देखिया छ, सरकारले जहिले अध्यादेश टेबल गर्छ वा निर्णय प्रस्तुत गर्छ, अध्यादेश स्वीकृत हुन्छ, अपर हाउसमा केही विषय उठेको अपर हाउसमा कुनै प्रब्लम हुँदैन भन्ने कुरा हामी ढुक्क छौं।
General Secretary of the ruling party, Shankar Pokhrel, has threatened to use all possible means to pass the ordinance. Government appears willing to introduce the ordinance as a bill in the House, aiming to use the ordinance to facilitate party divisions. Experts attribute the current situation to the immature politics of Congress and UML.
सत्तारूढ गठबन्धन भइसकेपछि यस्ता अध्यादेश आउनुभन्दा पहिले गठबन्धनका अन्य दललाई पनि कन्फिडेन्समा लिँदा बेटर हुन्थ्यो, त्यो झन् सहज हुन्थ्यो, अरूलाई बोल्ने अहिले जुन अवसर प्राप्त भएछ त्यो त हुँदैन थियो। त्यसमा राज्य पक्ष अथवा भनौं न यो दुईटा प्रमुख राजनीतिक दलले कमजोरी देखाए।
Questions are emerging whether politics is heading towards greater instability due to the actions of Congress and UML, despite the promises of good governance, efficient service delivery, and constitutional amendments for political stability.
There has been no rainfall since Nepalese month of Ashwin. With low speed of wind and emission of harmful smoke from industries, factories and vehicles, air pollution is on increasing trend. Although pollution rate generally continues to decline after Nepalese month of Magh, Kathmandu has been experiencing rising air pollution in the first week of Phagun as well. In the recent days, Kathmandu holds the top position in the list of most polluted cities in the world. The air pollution in Kathmandu is recorded between 150 to 200 AQI, which is quite alarming. Not just in Kathmandu, but cities like Pokhara, Bhaktapur, Dhangari, Lalitpur and Hetauda also experience high levels of air pollution. The pollution level measured in these areas is above 150 AQI, indicating that the air quality in these regions is unhealthy from a health perspective.
AQI index त्यो चाहिँ हाम्रा विभिन्न स्टेशनहरुको हामीले डाटाहरु हेर्दाखेरि AQI index 150 देखि 200 को आधारमा देखिन्छ अहिले।
When pollution levels are high, common issues such as eye irritation, runny nose and respiratory problems are observed. Experts say that air pollution is expected to remain high for the next few months, warning people to take safety precautions. Lack of rainfall, forest fires, burning plastics, emissions from industries and vehicles are attributed as the reasons. Experts argue that the lack of coordination among various levels of government has made air pollution control more challenging.
अहिलेको लागि डिजल गाडी हो सबभन्दा बढी प्रदूषण गर्ने हामीलाई थाहा छ अहिलेको जुन महानगरपालिकाले नापिरहेको छ त्यसबाट पनि देखाएको छ यहाँकै डेटाले पनि त्यही देखाएको छ
Despite setting a goal to establish an integrated center for air quality management in the Kathmandu Valley since 5 years, the plan has not been effectively implemented. Government officials and private sector representatives continue to blame each other.
मास ट्रान्सपोर्ट चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ जस्तो चाहिँ केबल कारहरू चाहिँ बनाउन चाहिँ हिसाब चाहिँ गर्यो भने त्यसमा दुई किसिमको चाहिँ हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ एउटा हाम्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिँ कन्जम्सन पनि चाहिँ हुन्छ भने अर्को चाहिँ भन्नाले यो जुन पोल्युसन पनि कम हुन्छ
As per the data of Environment Department, in the past 5 years, air pollution remains high for about 5 months each year, approximately 150 days. In Kathmandu and other urban areas, pollution levels are particularly high between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening. With air pollution consistently high and government measures proving ineffective, people have no choice but to take care of their own health. The Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport has published a report stating its inability to meet public expectations in the 7 months of fiscal year. The report has also claimed that preparations are underway to establish the legal framework for operating Nepali ships in the sea, as well as to formulate a national transportation policy. In the past 7 months, only 276 kilometers of the roads have been blacktopped. 3.17 km of roads used to be blacktopped on daily basis. However, only 1.17% of the works are ongoing these days. Speaking at a press conference, Minister of Physical Infrastructure and Transport Devendra Dahal accused legal hurdles for hindering development works. He emphasized that works for the reconstruction of roads damaged by floods and multi-year projects are in progress.
सामान्य प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूमा को नेतृत्वमा भएको त्यो डिजास्टर सम्बन्धी परिषद जुन छ त्यो परिषदको बैठक बसेर त्यसले स्पष्ट नीति निर्देशन दिइसकेपछि अब चाहिँ छिटो कामहरु सुरु भएको छ ढिलो चाहिँ भकै हो ढिलो भकै सन्दर्भमा तर पनि हामी यहाँलाई के विश्वास दिलाउँछौं भने बीपी राजमार्गको कुरा मात्रै छैन यो मेची राजमार्गको कुरा पनि छ अरु राजमार्गको कुराहरु पनि छ ती सबै कुराहरुलाई चाहिँ हामीले उत्तिकै महत्त्व दिएर हेरिरहेका छौं.
The ministry has stated that the construction of flyover in Gwarko-Lalitpur will be completed by the end of this year. According to the ministry, 41 bridges have been constructed nationwide by the end of Nepalese month of Magh. It also mentioned that work on the Narayanghat Butwal road section is progressing, ensuring regular road operations. Despite issuing approximately 2.4 million vehicle operation permits, the ministry considers the printing and distribution of 969,000 smart cards as a sign of progress. Additionally, the ministry reported that bridge construction work has been completed in Sinduli, Ramechhap, Udaipur and Dhading. However, it is underway in Pashthar, Ilam and 4 more locations in Lalitpur. The ministry also stated that permanent reconstruction of BP highway, which was damaged by floods, is underway. Despite the government's total capital budget utilization being below 20%, the ministry claimed that 28% of its budget had already been spent. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces, how has the pace of development works been in your area since Nepalese month of Shravan? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
बस पार्क भयो फोहोर प्रशोधन केन्द्र सभागृह जस्ता आयोजनाहरू अलपत्र अवस्थामा छन्.
साउनपछि विकास हुन्छ भनेको थियो साउनपछि विकास सडक बनेकै छैन.
विराटनगर किर्माथानका कोशी राजमार्ग चाहिँ हामीलाई एउटा सन्तोषजनक भएको छ.
रोड पनि जहाँ जहाँ बिग्रेको हुन्छ त्यो मर्मत गर्न त्यो चाहिरहेको छैन.
नाला भयो बाटो भयो तपाईको त्यो के हुन्छ बत्ती बिजुली सबै त राम्रै छ मेरो वार्डमा
आफै काम गर्ने आफै ठेक्का बेर्ने आफै समिति जस्तो हुने आफ्नै जस्तो जस्तो गर्छन् त्यो अहिले चित्तबुद्ध छैन
सडकहरू बनिरहेका छन् त्यसमा चाहिँ गुणस्तरीय सरसामानहरूको प्रयोग नभएको देखिन्छ अब केही समयमै रोडमा खाडलहरू पर्ने
विकास निर्माणको काम भएकै छन् नभएको होइन तर अलि चाहिँ कार्यान्वयन ढङ्गमा चाहिँ अलि त्यति धेरै चाहिँ अनुगमनको पाटो नपुगेको जस्तो लाग्छ
रोडहरू कच्चा नै छन् बर्खायामलाई झिल्ने तरिकाले बनाइएको बाटो पनि छैन
सरकारले महत्त्वकांक्षी भएर योजना बनाउँछ र आफ्नो मेकानिजमलाई चुस्त दुरुस्त र विश्वासिलो ढङ्गले अगाडि नबढ्दाखेरि त्यो कार्यान्वयनमा जाँदैन
प्रतिफल आउने गरी मानिसहरूको चाहिँ प्रत्येकको जीवन स्तरमा सुधार हुने गरी ती कार्यक्रमहरूले पूर्ण त्यहाँको मानिसहरूलाई सन्तुष्ट पार्ने गरेर रोक्न सक्ने अवस्थाको छैन
भौतिक पूर्वाधारका कुराहरूदेखि लिएर मानवीय संसाधन विकासका कुराहरूमा धेरै योजनाबद्ध कामहरू हुनुपर्ने आवश्यकता छ
योजनाहरू विकास निर्माणका कुराहरू एकदम चाहिने शिथिल हुँदै गए र यो सम्बन्धित निकायले चाहिँ यसलाई हेर्न सकेन
गाउँघरको त अलिअलि विकास भएको छ नलासला पनि बनाएको छ तर यो जुन हाम्रो मेन बाटो छ त्यो उबड खाबड छ त्यो राम्रो अलिकति बनेको छैन
Welcome back. General Secretary of CPN-UML Sankar Pokhrel stated that objections to the ordinances introduced by the government won't obstruct its passage from the parliament. In an interaction program organized at CPN-UML's party office in Chassel, General Secretary Pokhrel stated that two major parties deliberately introduced the ordinance and emphasized that there are various ways to pass it. He asserted that the ordinance is effectively a law and will be converted into one even though alternative means.
अब अध्यादेशको विरोध भयो भन्ने बित्तिकै त्यो कोसिस असफल हुन्छ भन्ने नठान्नु होला किनकि त्यो कोसिस चाहिँ अब प्रमुख पार्टीहरूले सचेतनतापूर्वक ल्याएको काम हो त्यस अर्थमा हामी त्यसलाई जसरी पनि टुङ्ग्याउँछौँ कसैले विरोध गर्यो भन्दा चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ विरोधले रोकिनेवाला छैन अनेक विकल्पहरू छन् विकल्प प्रयोग गरेर भए पनि हामी त्यसलाई राज्यको कानुनमा ढालिहाल्छौँ
Pokhrel added that the government has only allowed ICT sector to invest abroad. It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why do you think farmers complain about lack of fertilizers despite government's claim of adequate and timely supply? 12% voted for option A, poor supply management, 76% voted for option B, government's incompetence, and 12% voted for option C, complicated procurement process. Here's today's question. What do you think of ruling party leaders saying they will approve the ordinances through alternative options if needed? Option A, determined to push through. Option B, inferiority complex. And option C, arrogance of larger parties. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time for international update. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he can't see a ready U.S. plan to end the war in Ukraine as he arrives at the Munich Security Conference. Zelensky said previous discussions with the U.S. President Donald Trump so far are definitely not enough to form a plan for peace. Zelensky also said that although the U.S. has given strong signals to end the war, there is no unity in it. Zelensky, who arrived at the Munich Security Conference, answered a question about his country's future and made it clear that Ukraine wants to remain in NATO, adding that they will never recognize occupied territories as Russian. Likewise, Zelensky stressed Europe would need to unite around Ukraine to protect itself. Zelensky further said that Russia attacked Ukraine's Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Zelensky called the attack on the nuclear power plant a terrorist attack. Ukrainian claims that the Russian strike has damaged the protective shield over the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Zelensky said there was no increase in radiation levels at the plant despite the attack. Likewise, Zelensky accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of not wanting to make a peace deal with the latest Russian attack. Chernobyl is the site of the world's worst nuclear accident. Meanwhile, Zelensky and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance will discuss the ceasefire today at the Munich Security Conference. US President Trump said that the top US, Russian and Ukrainian leaders will discuss at the Munich Security Conference, but it is reported that the Russian representative will not participate in the talks. Meanwhile, Vance told the Wall Street Journal that if Putin fails to agree to the peace deal that guarantees Ukraine's long-term independence, Moscow would face further sanctions and possible military action.
Sports news.
Nepali youth team coach Rajesh Shahi has said that the team aims to defeat the Chinese youth team for the second consecutive year in the upcoming match. Captain Siman Thapa highlighted that the tournament offers an opportunity to advance to the national team. Nepal under-19 team will face China's youth team from Yunnan province tomorrow at Dasrat Stadium. Chinese coach Liu Zhouling expressed enthusiasm for the friendly match organized on the occasion of the Chinese New Year. Chinese players noted they felt good condition after practicing there, while the Nepalese team trained for 13 days, selecting players through 2 matches with Tribhuvan Army and APF club. Nepalese team plans to watch China's game and strategize accordingly, focusing on defense and attack. The match, scheduled for 2:45 p.m. local time tomorrow, will be broadcasted live on Kantipur television. China has stated that it has bought a stronger team this year, while last year Nepal defeated China by 5-1. That is all for the moment. Up next is news in Nepali. Thank you for watching. Good night.